In the lush village of Okumgbe, surrounded by dense forests and flowing rivers, life followed a rhythm that had been the same for generations. The village was ruled by a wise and benevolent king, Oba Adolo. His queen, Esosa, was loved by all for her kindness and beauty. But behind her serene smile, Esosa harbored a secret that only the king knew. Years before, Esosa had fallen in love with a nobleman named Uyi. Their love was pure, but fate had other plans. Uyi was called to defend the village against invaders, leaving Esosa heartbroken and pregnant. When Oba Adolo, then a priest, met Esosa, he was captivated by her grace and strength. She confided in him about her situation, and out of deep love and compassion, he vowed to marry her and protect her secret. Months later, a son was born. They named him Mayaki, meaning destiny. From a young age, it was clear that Mayaki was no ordinary child. He grew up strong and handsome, with sharp features and a noble bearing that commanded attention. His eyes sparkled with intelligence and kindness, endearing him to everyone he met. Mayaki's upbringing was steeped in the rich tradition and value of Okumgbe. His father, Oba Adolo, took great care in teaching him the ways of leadership and responsibility. Mayaki spent countless hours at his father's side, harboring the wisdom and knowledge that will one day make him a great ruler. He learned to navigate the complexity of governance, understanding the importance of fairness, justice, and compassion. His mother, Queen Esosa, was his pillar of strength and love. She showered him with affection and insisted in him the value of humility and kindness. Mayaki was deeply devoted to her, always eager to make her proud. So he often accompanied her on visits to the villages, where she tends to the needs of the people, offering help and support wherever it was needed. Mayaki was not only handsome and wise, but also incredibly hardworking. He took on tasks with enthusiasm and dedication, whether it was studying ancient texts, writing in combat, or helping with the harvest. His willingness to work alongside the villagers, getting his hands dirty and sharing in their labor earned him their respect and admiration. In addition to his physical and intellectual prowess, Mayaki was brave. He showed no fear in the face of danger, always ready to defend his family and his people. Stories of his courage spread throughout the village, further cementing his place in their hearts. The villagers saw him as a protector, someone who could go to great lengths to ensure their safety and well-being. Mayaki's love for the community was evident in his action. He organized festivals, ensuring that the tradition of Okumgbe was celebrated with joy and reverence. He also initiated programs to improve the lives of the villagers, such as building schools and ensuring that everyone had access to clean water. His generosity and selflessness knew no bound. One of the most notable instances of Mayaki dedication to the community was during a particular harsh season. The rain had failed and the crops were withering. The villagers faced the threat of famine. Mayaki, refusing to stand by and watch his people suffer, took it upon himself to find a solution. He led a group of men on a journey to a distant village known for its abundant resources. The journey was perilous, but Mayaki's determination and leadership saw them through. When they returned with the much needed supplies, the villagers welcomed them as heroes. Mayaki's action had saved them from starvation, and their gratitude was boundless. They celebrated his bravery and selflessness, reaffirming their love and trust in him. Despite his noble status, Mayaki was always approachable and humble. He listened to the concern of the villagers, no matter how small, and took their problems to heart. These deepened connections with the people of Okumgbe made him more than just a prince. He was a beloved leader and a symbol of hope. Mayaki's close relationship with his father was another source of strength. Oba Adolo often marveled at his son's wisdom and maturity. He saw in Mayaki a reflection of his own dreams for the kingdom, a future where Okumgbe will flourish under wise and just leadership. The king and prince share many moments of deep conversation where they discuss the future of the kingdom and the values that will guide them. As Mayaki approached his 15th year, the bond between father and son grew even stronger. They spent countless hours together, walking through the palace garden, discussing matters of state and sharing stories of the past. Oba Adolo took great pride in his son's accomplishments and often spoke of his future with a sense of fulfillment and joy. Yet, despite his apparent future as king, a sense of unease lingered in Esosa's heart. She often found herself watching Mayaki with a mixture of pride and sorrow, knowing that his life was built on a lie. The secret weighed heavily on her, but she kept her promise to her husband, hoping that the truth will never need to be revealed. One fateful night, everything changed. Esosa fell gravely ill. As she lay on her deathbed, she called for Mayaki and the king. Her voice, though weak, carried the weight of years of unspoken truth. "My son," she began, "I need to tell you something important." Mayaki knelt beside her, holding her hand, feeling a cold dread wash over him. "Mother, please rest. You can tell me later." But Esosa shook her head. "No, my time is near. You must know the truth. You are not the king's blood." Silence fell over the room. Mayaki's words shattered in an instant. He looked at his father, whose face was stained with grief and regret. Your father is Uyi, a noble man who died defending our village before you were born. Esosa continued, Oba Adolo married me to protect my honor and gave you his name out of love. But now the truth must come to light. Tears streamed down Mayaki's face. The identity he had known and cherished all his life was suddenly stripped away. He felt a surge of anger and betrayal, but also a deep sorrow for his parents' sacrifice. Esosa's last words were a plea for forgiveness. I am sorry, my son. We did what we thought was best. Please find it in your heart to forgive us. With those words, she took her last breath. The king held her hand, his own heart breaking. Mayaki stood feeling a mix of emotion. He could not begin to untangle. As dawn broke over Okumgbe, the village mourned their queen. But for Mayaki, a new journey had just begun. A journey to discover his true self and to find his real father. The love and trust the villager had in him will now be tested as he navigates his new reality. His bravery, wisdom, and dedication to his community, serving as his guiding light. Mayaki wandered through the village in a dance. The vibrant color of Okumgbe seems molted. The songs of the birds fell on deaf ears. His mind raced with the revelation of his true parentage. The boy who had always known he was destined to be king now faced a future of uncertainty. His younger brother Adesua noticed the change in Mayaki. Though younger by a few years, Adesua had always looked up to Mayaki, admiring his strength and wisdom. Adesua approached him with concern. Brother, what troubles you? You seem lost. Mayaki struggled to find the words. I've learned something that changed everything. Our mother. She revealed a secret before she died. Adesua's eyes widened. What secret? That I am not the king's blood. My true father was a nobleman named Uyi. Adesua was silent for a moment, processing the information. What does this mean for us? For the throne? Mayaki signed. It means I am not the rightful heir. The throne should be yours. Adesua shook his head. But you have always been my king. Blood or not, you are the one who deserves the throne. Despite his brother's loyalty, Mayaki felt a deep sense of betrayal and confusion. He needed answers, and he needed to find his true father, or at least the truth about him. With the king still mourning, Mayaki decided to leave the village temporarily to seek out the truth. Before he left, he spoke with his father. Father, I must go. I need to find out who I am. The king, though sorrowful, understood. I wish you safe travels, my son. Know that no matter what you discover, you will always be my child. Mayaki set out on his journey. guided by stories he has heard as a child, and the fragments of information his mother had given him. He traveled throughout neighboring villages, speaking with elders and anyone who might have known Uyi. His journey was long and often disheartening, but he pressed on, determined to uncover his past. In one village he met an old woman who remembered Uyi. He was a brave man, she said. He fought violently to protect us. It is said he had a son, but no one knows what became of him. Mayaki felt a flicker of hope. Do you know where I can find more about him? The woman pointed towards the mountains. There is a man who lives in the hills. He was a close friend of Uyi. Perhaps he can help you. Mayaki thanked her and made his way to the mountains. The climb was treacherous, but his determination fueled him. When he finally reached the man's hut, he knocked on the door, feeling a mixture of hope and anxiety. An old man opened the door, his eyes sharp and filled with wisdom. What brings you here, young man? I am Mayaki, son of Uyi, he said, hoping the man would recognize the name. The man studied him for a moment before nodding his head. I knew your father well. Come in and let us talk. As Mayaki sat by the fire, the man began to recount stories of Uyi. He spoke of his bravery, his love for Esosa, and his ultimate sacrifice. Your father was a great man. He will be proud of you. Mayaki felt a surge of pride and sorrow. Why did my mother never tell me the truth? She wanted to protect you, the man said. And the king, he loved her deeply. They made a choice to keep you safe, but now you must decide your own path. Mayaki spent several days with the old man, learning more about his father and reflecting on his own identity. When he finally returned to Okumgbe, he was a changed man. He had found a sense of peace and understanding, but he also knew that his place was no longer on the throne. Back in the village, he approached his brother Adesua. The throne is yours, brother. You are the rightful heir. Adesua looked at him with admiration. You are more than a king to me, Mayaki. You are my brother. I will always need your guidance. Mayaki smiled, feeling a sense of purpose, though he was not destined to be the king. He knew his journey was far from over. Life in Okumgbe slowly returned to normal. The villagers resumed their daily routines, but the palace was still enveloped in a sober mood. Oba Adolo mourned the loss of his queen and the revelation that had shaken his family to its core. Mayaki, though not officially the crown prince, continued to support his father and brother in the affairs of the kingdom. Adesua, now the recognized head, struggled with the weight of his new responsibility. He often sought Mayaki's counsel, and the bond between the brothers grew stronger. Yet, Mayaki could not shake the feelings of being an outsider in his own home. The knowledge of his truth parentage left a lingering bitterness in his heart, a shadow that followed him wherever he went. One evening, as the brothers sat together in the palace gardens, Adesua turns to Mayaki with a serious expression. "Brother, the council is divided. Some believe I should not be king because I'm too young. They think you should take the throne." Mayaki shook his head firmly. "No, Adesua, you are the rightful heir. I will support you as I've always done." Adesua sighed, but what if the council doubt grew? What if they tried to overthrow me? Mayaki placed a reassuring hand on his brother's shoulder. "We will face it together. You have my loyalty, and together we will prove them wrong." Despite his reassurance, Mayaki felt a gone sense of frustration. The throne he had been groomed for all his life was just out of reach, and now he had to defend his brother's right to it. The burden weighed heavily on him, but his love for Adesua kept him steadfast. As weeks passed, tension in the palace grew. Some council members whispered of rebellion, their voices filled with dissent. One particular ambitious elder, Chief Obaro, sought to exploit the situation for his gain. He approached Mayaki under the disguise of a friend. "Mayaki," Chief Obaro began, "the people respect you. They see you as their true leader. Why let your brother, who is inexperienced, take the throne?" Mayaki felt a surge of anger. "Chief Obaro, my brother is the rightful king. I will not betray him." Chief Obaro's smile was slick. "Think about it, Mayaki. With you on the throne, the kingdom will prosper. You have the knowledge and the strength to lead." Mayaki's resolve harder. "I will not hear any more of this. Leave and do not speak of this again." Chief Obaro flashed with irritation, but he bowed and left. Mayaki knew he had made an enemy, but his loyalty to Adesua was unwavering. He shared the encounter with his brother, who looked at him with gratitude. "Thank you, Mayaki. I don't know what I would do without you." As the months went by, Mayaki worked tirelessly to support Adesua claim to the throne. He helped him navigate the complexity of governance, teaching him the wisdom and strength he had learned from their father. Slowly, the council doubts began to fade, and Adesua's leadership was accepted. Yet, for Mayaki, the shadow of his true parentage never left him. He continued to struggle with feelings of betrayal and resentment, even as he dedicated himself to his brother's success. Our moral lessons from this story: we must never forget the moral lessons. 1. True and honesty. Even when hidden for the right reasons, Secrets can cause deep pain and confusion. It is important to confront the truth and be honest with loved ones, as it allows for true understanding and healing. 2. Loyalty and brotherhood. True loyalty means standing by those you care about, even when it is difficult. Mayaki's unwavering support for his brother demonstrated the strength of familiar bond and the importance of loyalty. 3. Self-discovery. One's identity is not solely defined by birthright or status. Mayaki's journey showed that discovering who you are truly and embracing your past with all its complexity can lead to personal growth and fulfillment. 4. Redemption and forgiveness. Holding on to bitterness can weigh a person down. Mayaki's ability to forgive his parents and find peace in his role illustrates the power of redemption and the importance of letting go of past hurts. 5. Leadership and unity. If you have found this video helpful, please give us a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to this channel for more interesting stories. Thank you for watching. Thank you for staying with us. See you in my next video. Bye.